Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be back in this village again, pretty much getting the main part of this village completed and fleshed out. I think it will be the reason we'll keep coming back to this village one day when we move out. But enough of that. Let's get started with the rest of today's episode. Many controversial things happened in the last episode. The comments were very divided. It seems like most of you guys kind of like these letters, but I do get the criticisms. They are very weird. And by the way, we do have a tutorial coming out, if it's not out already, for these things. So do not fear. I will show you how to make them yourself. I also got rid of this. But I agree. There's a few little things about them. I'm not 100% sure on them as well, to be honest. Vanilla, you know me, I love my vanillaness. But we'll speak about that soon. It's alright. Don't worry. Do not panic. If you're panicking, calm down. No need to panic. We will have our stuff together and ready to go shortly. But right now, I'm just going to store all that and keep going. In fact, I don't need this. We'll drop that in there. And by the way, there's some good books there. And speaking of these books, they aren't really too spectacular. You know, pretty boring stuff. Our enchantments aren't looking too hot either. Now, there is something that we will do today, and that is build our very bottom of our enchanting tower, which also received raving reviews from the comments, might I add. Thank you very much for that, guys. Love to hear it. And I mean, don't just tell me something looks good because it looks good. If it doesn't look good, I think this actually looks good. Honestly, it came out way better than I even expected, and I'm proud of it. So enough of this mumbo jumbo. Let's get started with today's episode. So first of all, what I'm thinking is I'm trying to build a little bit of a crafting room, and I've dug out this area, which is right below it. You can see up there, that is the top of it. In fact, that is the trapdoor below the light. Now, over here, I'm thinking, what I want to do is I want to put this up one block. Actually, we'll put a crafting bench under here. They'll be kind of useful for us. For now, I actually may very well end up putting a torch or something under there to light it up, but that's all right. So what I want to do is I want to make a little area under here that's going to be able to be colorful. It's going to be able to house our enchanting table, and it's not going to be an eyesore. That's the most important thing. And really, if you guys, I know a lot of people do build like this particular description that I'm about to describe. A lot of people build like this, and I think maybe today will be a day that I'll be able to at least maybe lean towards your guys' side of it. You know what I mean? You'll see what I mean by this. Don't worry. It's if you don't know what I'm talking about, hold up. You'll see. It's basically the idea that a lot of people like to build repetitive styles, or at least symmetrical styles, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's actually a lot to be gained from that, and a lot also to be said about that as well in both respects. But basically, what I am going to be doing is building semi symmetrically. So basically the idea is that one wall will look the same as the other wall, will look the same as the other wall. And one of the cool things about that, specifically with just getting a lot more builds out there, is that you're able to get just that, a lot more builds out there in a shorter period of time. But you do lose a little bit of something sometimes in the symmetry. So you got to be cautious with it. And today we are going to show you, hopefully, how you can make it look cooler and how you can be a bit more cautious with it. And how is this sun going? Yep, it's getting late. It's getting very late. And also, by the way, thank you very much for these suggestions on keeping my turtles alive. And not only that, how they're going to work. Don't worry, I ended up testing that out in a creative world. Turns out my current design is actually broken, but yeah, that's all right. It's not a big deal. Whatever happens, happens, and we'll be fine. It's not a big thing. And in fact, there are many, as the saying goes, there are many turtles in the sea. I think. But it's alright, we can always get more, it's not a big deal. So here we go, this is what I'm thinking as well here. The entrance I want to be on this side of this hill, and there's an important reason for that. We've got everything facing the front, and I want to start facing this side, I want to face the back, I want to face perhaps that other side. That might be the one exception. But we're going to put an entrance in here, we're going to have the interior of this, which I hope will look very cool and colorful and just pretty in general. That's all we really want. We want a very pretty little place. That's what I like, and I think we should be able to get that today. Now, let me go ahead, make a few more of these. I'm definitely going to always need me some more dark oak slabs, and I'm thinking I'm going to do this place in a very royal looking color, very royal looking wood, which is the dark oak wood. It's a nice dark wood, really. That's what it is. It's a very dark wood, and I like the idea of playing with a very dark wood here. And I'm just going to do maybe let's just do this side first. We'll do one side, and this is, I guess, a little bit of a tip to doing this. So starting off with the tips is making sure you do the one side first so that you don't have to repeat it over and over and over again. You can get everything working from the beginning, and you can kind of flesh it out from there. Now, I also am going to be using some of these because we're going on a trip today. And this trip is far across the ocean, far out that way to the Mushroom Island biome, or Mushroom Island biome. I like to say Mushroom Island. I think it's just because there's mushrooms there. Honestly, I was convinced for a very long time that it was Mushroom Island, but I've since been corrected. It is Mushroom Island, and that's it. But we're going to be going on a trip there for books, because every library needs a lot of knowledge, and a lot of knowledge comes through books and librarians, which will help you find these books, but we've only got one. This guy's kind of got this all to himself, and I think he should be a real help around the place, but I don't know. We may have to recruit some more friends to be helping him out. So here's what I'm thinking. If we can do something like this, where the build will step up here, the build starts pushing upwards over here. So we'll have those are representing the bookshelves. It starts pulling up this way, and we have this real cool roof in here. And really, the idea of it, at least, is the inside of a dragon shell, which is basically like a symbol in this world, I guess, of opening a whole bunch of knowledge on the inside. I know it wasn't intentional or anything like that. I don't really know if there's any other thing to relate to it, but I thought it would be rather cool, and that's just the reason I did it. Honestly, that's the only reason I thought about doing a dragon shell. No, I lied. There's another reason, because I thought it looked pretty cool. That's about it. Cool stuff always attracts my attention. So that is what I'm thinking. So here I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit more like this. Just to get these pieces. I mean, I've already got some layout to this place, so we don't have to go too crazy with it. But I think just doing this and seeing how it all turns out is important. So that up there, fantastic. And I think before we go over to the trip to the Mushroom Island biome, I don't think there's, you know what, I even realized after I said it, I'm guilty of two of my own crimes in this world. Crime number one, saying Mushroom Island. Crime number two, calling it a crafting, a crafting bench and not a crafting table. It's a table. Look at that. I can't believe myself. Can you believe it? I'm honestly, I am appalled with that language. But give me that, please. Thank you. There we go. But besides that, I mean, hey, you know what? I also should really just thank you guys for the crazy stuff that's been happening on the channel. I know a lot of people focus on the videos and stuff, and honestly, I would love it if you guys do. I love that you guys do, and I don't think it's important to focus on the rest of the stuff necessarily, but there is some really great stuff going on just in the channel in general, and the size of the views and just in general the support that we've got around the channel and the Twitch channel, the YouTube channel. Just everything has been so cool, and as I've mentioned before, and I hope I don't sound like I'm harping on about this too much, but really it is awesome, and I just don't know how to say thank you to you guys. So thank you so much. Even if I sound like a broken record, I will say it again if you guys want me to. But it really is awesome. So thank you very much for that, guys. Now what I'm thinking, and this was why I brought this stuff, which I've converted into levels, and the reason was I was thinking maybe if we could do some pillars like this, which are, I think, the best looking quartz block in the game currently. The normal quartz, it just doesn't quite cut it for me, to be completely honest. The pillars, though, they're on my side. I really like these pillars, and I think they could work quite well. You know what, actually, I've got a better idea here, instead of doing it that way. And I might very well change these over to some color. Do we have any? We don't have any cobblestone. I guess I could really make my own cobblestone. And also, by the way, these blocks, those, not these ones here, I will be changing them over to a better barrel. So if you guys have got some suggestions, of course, feel free to send them my way. But if not, I'll be coming up with my own. It's all a matter of progressing through this world and improving little by little. What was I coming here for? I know what I was coming here for. I get distracted very easily, and I'll lose my track. But that's all right. I got this. But yeah, basically, I'm a lot of this world. And specifically, as I say, a lot of people were for and a lot of people were against these things. I'll maybe give a good explanation of what's going on and how we do things in the world and how I plan this world to be. By the way, that is looking magnificent. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised. It's just kind of, I had a hunch that building up and building backwards is going to work. And by the way, as I say, with walls, just this depth, that's the tip of the day. block, 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 working area. It works so well when you start adding depth into these things. But what I was saying is my vision for this world is more along the lines of having this world be something that we can put our own mark on, and not necessarily fit in with the standard way that you see things on YouTube. I think I'm a bit over the whole doing YouTube videos with the plain vanilla stuff, and I'm not going to be using mods in this world. That's not a thing that will be happening. But I want to put my own stamp on this world, and I want it to have a distinctive Jansey flair. And I mean, I can't help but I guess point towards one of the legends of Minecraft, being BWO with his own texture pack. And I've got no intention of making my own crazy texture pack like that. But in the way that he had his own distinct flair on the world is definitely something that I would love to have my own way of doing something like that in the world. And hopefully you guys will be able to talk me down from places that I think are a bit silly, where I'm like, oh yeah, let's put something crazy in the world. And you guys are like, no, Jansey, just take a step back. Look what you're doing. Maybe you don't want to do that. It's a bit silly. It looks a bit dumb. So that would be pretty cool if you guys could. But besides that, I think maybe having a little bit of an explanation as to myself doing it, and I'm not going to be creating a big texture pack that changes everything. Like for my personal perspective on that particular texture pack is that there's a lot of stuff that's changed in it that I personally don't like, but I like the look of it, but I don't like it for my own game. Take it that way. So those are things that I don't intend on doing. So when you guys see something like that I've gone a bit far in something, I like that you guys tell me, listen, Jansey, you gone a little bit too far with this texture. Maybe zone it back a bit. And I'm definitely down to it, but I'm also I also have to play the devil's advocate with that, and I have to say, well, fair enough, I've gone a bit far with it, but does it look good? Is it something that is going to leave its own mark, and does it really take away too much from vanilla? Currently, and I'm always down to change my mind, and by the way, we'll come back to that. I think we'll leave it at that, and then we'll go get some books. But currently, I think that these letters, as much as I feel like they are not vanilla, of course they're not vanilla. I mean, if I was going to play vanilla, I would just leave a single note block, and then we could play vanilla. But I've done that for 2 series, and I've always wanted to just have a little twist of it, have a Jansey flair to it. And I think this could maybe be it, having some of my ideas. You never know, they might change, but some of my weird, wacky ideas, I guess, really, they are sometimes, in the game, I think would be a really cool thing. Now, one cool thing is we're going to have to do some enchanting. Today, we'll be able to do some enchanting. In fact, I could actually do some right now. We'll probably get a lot of steak, take it that way, and it's going to be pre-cooked, ready to eat. It's basically like a canned food ready for us. And look at them. Look at these little cans of food ready to be harvested for their leather, their beef, and really, that's all they drop, and we're actually going to be using everything. So I kind of feel like we're doing a great job over here. So come here, you, and you as well. I've actually been. I don't think we've even eaten beef. I don't think we've actually eaten beef. Let's just have a look here. We can do this. We can check how many things we have eaten. I think there is a thing here. So it says a balanced diet. Eat everything that is edible, even if it's not good for you. So we got 7 out of 36. Eat this here, and we have 8 out of 36. Look at that. Those are some things we could maybe do. Go and try and chase some achievements sometime. I do hope to do that. I'm really looking forward to that. There's a few little things, and there that is okay. Here is something. I know I mentioned that I want to keep vanilla with it, but I feel like achievements are definitely those things, and this is undoubtedly something that you could add to the game. You could basically say, like, build a house. I mean, not that that's important, but you could say you want to place a particular block in the world or something along those lines. That could be something worthwhile chasing. So down for that. Let me know if you guys are down for that. We can definitely do some cool things with it. But that's all right. It's not important. That's something for us in the future. And before I even return to the base, look how amazing this water is looking in 1.13. That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually, you know what? I don't very often use that word, but it really is. It really is very, very impressive. And I'm kind of having second thoughts on our potential pirate village, where that was going to be. I'm kind of liking this watercolor here. I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to really grow on me. The only thing is the super green grass of the Mushroom Island, but besides that, I'm pretty much in love with this place. In fact, there's a beautiful, beautiful little bay around this side. I need some help here. What are your thoughts? This is just for thoughts. What are thoughts on this area here? I need to know. Very important. But I think personally, I'll give you my bias. I love it. That's it. That's about it. And of course we are back now, and I've had to go and get a few more things because it turns out the amount of stuff that we got wasn't quite enough for all of the books that we need, and I always tend to forget that just how many books go into bookshelves, and I kind of wish that there were a few more difficult like not difficult, but I guess more expensive recipes, sort of like those. I really do like them a lot. Now, what I want to do very quickly is I want to go ahead, make 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, 5 in fact, just if you want it to be a little bit more over the top with them, I guess. And we'll just go there. I know I've got full blocks, but you know what? We'll create some more. I can't break those stacks up. Perfect. All right, so now prepare yourselves because there are some major changes to this place. I've just kind of got back, and by the way, on my way back, look at this view. Absolutely awesome little view coming up of the city. But look at this as we walk in here. Now, enough of the view. Look at that. I should really be doing this. Look at that. Now, let's just try this again. So, cinematic camera as we walk in, I've got to do it with shift. Like that, like as we walk in there. Beautiful. But I did say that I want to have a whole bunch of color in here. And this is where we go a little bit color mad and make some people happy, some people upset. But you know what? I think in the future, you guys will all come to love it. I'm sure of it. Now, what I want to do is I want to add a bit of light. Like that, and then I want to go ahead and use my 3 different variations of purple, being the very dark purple, blue terracotta being the very dark purple. I'm going to put a little bit of that there, a little bit of purple concrete in around here and there, and then a bit of purple concrete powder. And look at that, looks awesome. Not meant to have any pattern, just meant to be kind of mixed in. I think that adds a bit of color. Let's just make sure it works from the back here. Yeah, you know what? This place is meant to. It's Minecraft. We have to have some color and make it pretty in some weird way. So there we go. And now the next thing that I want to do is something that I did not do, which is add in a few bookshelves and a neat little way of making sure you have enough shelf space for these. I guess is to do some things, for instance, like this. Empty shelves. You see, just something like that. I mean, you got to use your imagination a little bit, but it tends to work pretty well. So I'm just going to fill these up a tad like this. And then I've got one more thing to do. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. But that's all right. We can fix it up. And the last one, like that. Marvelous. All right, so walk back in. I want to fill it up with more, so it's just over time I'll be adding in more and more of those. Let's get this crafty table outside. I've got some things to do with this. So first thing is, I need to make a few of these. Maybe 4. Yeah, 4 should be enough. Actually, wait, we need 8, I think, for how many pillars there are. So 8 of these, and what we'll do with these is put them on here to make it look a little bit more royal. And in fact, I really like this little texture of this because there is so much more we can do with it. It's magnificent. Trust me. There are some real cool things we can do with that, which we will be doing with that in the future, but not for now. For now we are building this. And I guess I could also fix up my 1 bookshelf. Let's just do that. And then we'll go back in here. Where's the sun? It always feels like it's dark in this. Ah, yeah, it is going down. That's all right. It's not a big deal. So what I need to do is I want to get rid of these glowstone blocks that I put in here. They're a very bad eyesore, and I do regret putting them in there in some way, but I left them in there for the sake of having just a light in there to begin with. So it was just a placeholder. There and there. Let's just check what that looks like mixed in with the rest of the blocks, and sun's too far. Yeah, that works. That works very well. And this is a take 2 of this with the glowstone lamps in. Look at that. Looking really good. Even that dirt block just adds to the feeling of this room. It's really good. I wanted it to stay sort of base-like, but also have that real kind of maybe an interior of a thing vibe. But I think it's pretty cool. And it's the dragon egg shape. And I forgot to actually mention, look at the roof that we end up getting out there. Really cool, all the way up to the spire at the very top. Now, the very front of this, I do have some plans. I want to do a very neat little entrance here. We won't do that today. I'll tell you what, I'll show you guys that in the next episode because it's a very simple thing. It's not really too crazy. We've got the big stuff done for today. So, I think, because we have finished the big stuff, I'll say thank you very much for joining me here, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and of course, thank you so much for the crazy support, as I say. I don't know how to say thank you anymore, but thank you again, guys. And I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you very shortly.